Welcome back, everybody. Map 2 underway here between BHOP and Snake's Den in this relegation best of 3. Relegation is double elim, so both of these teams will have another series regardless of the outcome here tonight. BHOP quickly making their way onto the B site. Smoke is down there at doors. Beaky going for the plant at wall. Bomb has been planted without any kills going out here yet. Reason, it will take down one in tunnels from Spiral. Silas gonna trade out. Brett looking for one at doors. Not able to find it. Gets taken down by DJF. Silas on the peak from Palace does get a Glock headshot there. Eris backs him up from the B platform, and Eris able to get that final trade onto DJF as well. And this time it's Eris coming up big under pressure. And BHOP able to clinch the ever-important first half pistol round here on Dust2. This is BHOP's map pick. If this goes to a decider, we'll be headed to Inferno. Getting tagged early there at mid with some scout spam. Snake's Den on a force buy, but it's Eris opening things up here at long A. Takes one down with the BHOP advancing with Galils here. And a couple Mac 10s down long. Another AK here from T side. Secures the plant here at the A site. Beaky looking to get at least one mid. Him and Reason exchange damage, but it's actually Reason with the long range SMG kill there at Catwalk. That does bring this to a 4-on-4, but Snake's Den just looking to save their weapons here. So this is going to be a second round going to BHOP. Snake's Den again with a bit of an awkward weapon setup this round. Couple SMGs, 2 scouts, Pat on the Desert Eagle. BHOP advancing towards long. C4 is over here at long as well. It's Beaky out in front with that Mac 10, kills Promise up on default ledge. And Snake's Den is going to have some impressive plays here to overcome BHOP in this particular 4v5. BHOP still lurking at long, waiting to make their play. Still a minute 5 on the clock. BHOP smoking cross. Now making their way up ramp. Reason steps through that smoke, but Brett whips a 180, lands the headshot. Beaky gonna take down Pat at the front of the CT spawn ramp. Beaky able to kill Chewy at range with his Mac 10. DJF eventually getting protection onto Beaky there in CT mid, but Silas good for the trade from CT spawn. And that's going to put BHOP up by 3, but Snake's Den will be on a proper rifle buy now. Silas pushing down mid towards Xbox. He has been spotted, but it was actually Reason who took damage there in mid. Got tagged down to 76. Still no kills going out yet from either squad. BHOP advancing on to Catwalk. They are grouped up there fully on Cat, all 5 players. Promise with a great spot from Long next to Car. Does take out Beaky as he advances onto that main area of the A platform. BHOP still with 3 players there up on plat. Eris plants the bomb for Cat. Very interesting scenario here. BHOP actually does have some pretty solid positions to hold the site from Cat. Brett actually with a perfect flank, executing down mid to CT. Spawn kills Reason at the front of Spawn, and it's all BHOP as they get kills here towards Cross, but it's DJF and Pat trading back. Brett getting redemption onto DJF, and it's only Pat remaining on site, and Pat not able to deal with those opposite angles at the same time. Brett able to get that final frag on the default area of the A side. BHOP now leading 4-0. Swan getting tagged early there in mid by Chewy with that scout again. BHOP a bit split up. They've got 3 outside of Long A, 2 in the B tunnels. Snake's Den just on a semi-buy this round. 3 Desert Eagles, a 5-7, and of course that scout we mentioned in the hands of Chewy. Pat lurking there near mid does get 1. It's actually Brett responding with 2 kills of his own near mid. Both headshots there with the AK-47. That does bring the man advantage to BHOP. Brett pushing out those mid doors, takes down Chewy. Just a few feet from scaffolding. Brett advancing into the B window. Spots DJF on platform, able to finish him off with the AK. In a big round from Brett. It's going to be only Pat remaining here for Snake's Den, and BHOP continuing to execute very well here on Dust2. Silas getting flashed in by Brett to CT spawn, able to land that final AK kill. That's going to put BHOP up by 5. Snake's Den does have money for a proper rifle buy here. It's going to be 4 silenced M4s. Promise on the AWP. No timeout taken, and Snake's Den really needs to start putting some rounds up on the board. Reason getting tagged early at mid. Great shot from Swan through the door with that AWP, and BHOP is really not giving Snake's Den any room at all to work with. They're just all over them with the mid spams and the utility at long and the early picks. There hasn't been a pick yet here this round, but BHOP already applying pressure early. It's actually Promise taking down Brett below Spiral. Pushing up with that AWP. Beaky gets the trade by way of Molotov there, close range in lower tunnel. 4-on-4 situation. Just over a minute 5 remaining. Chewy posted up in Big Pit. His patience pays off. Downs the first. Looks like he was going to be able to kill Silas as well, but Silas surviving with 10 HP. And then controls his AK perfectly to take down Chewy there in Big Pit. Pat eventually getting redemption on the Silas there at long. Snake's Den with the man advantage. The Beaky in a position to go big here. Takes down Reason at long. Swan going to finish off Pat in Big Pit. It's only DJF remaining here for Snake's Den. Swan leading the way past Cross. DJF still over in mid, making his way actually up long now. And he almost caught Beaky. Slightly tagged him, puts Beaky somewhat on notice there as he throws the Molotov. That's going to force Beaky out. DJF does get the frag, but it's Swan getting redemption from up in the A site with that AWP. And that does bring a 6th round to the BHOP side. Snake's Den could force up here. They could go for a semi-buy. Looks like it's going to be a semi-buy for them with some upgraded pistols. Chewy on the scout once more. No timeout taken. And Snake's Den finds themselves heavily under pressure here. Looks like they're trying to mix things up a bit here on this semi-buy, sending Reason pushing early into lower B, but that might send him right into Swan's crosshair. Swan does pick Chewy at mid. Almost takes out Reason as well, but Eris might have to bail him out of this situation. Eris is able to headshot Reason there at upper mid, but it's DJF and Promise fighting back from mid and B tunnels. DJF actually stepping into B tunnel for 2 Deagle headshots there. He survives only 5 HP. Eris going to take down Pat outside of the long entry room. And BHOP should be able to close this out unless DJF gets some wild flick shots. Planted default and Eris peeking a moment later to finish off DJF, who peeked from Cat. And BHOP continues to be literally flawless here on Dust2. They haven't given up a single round, but Snake's Den is on another full buy here. 4 silenced M4s. Promise on the op. Can Snake's Den claw their way back into this 1 round at a time? Hiss their way back into this 1 round at a time. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to. I mean, even right here is essentially a must-win round for them if they're going to get at least 3 or 4 rounds here in the first half. Yeah, pushing into the B tunnel, looking to prove me wrong. Headshots Beaky. But Silas leading the way up towards window, gets a great angle onto Reason. But he's got a lot of other angles to deal with. Kills DJF on site. Great push through window from Silas. He pushed through window just in time to avoid getting fragged by Chewy from CT Spawn, who we see over here by Dark Spot now. So great movement from Silas. Great awareness from him. Taking down 2 on the B side and ultimately allowing BHOP to get that C4 planted. Silas narrowly surviving that nade. Tossed through window by Chewy, but he's still in a good position here. Chewy headshotting Brett over by Carr, and he's still going for this. Kills Silas backside. Eris defending from tunnel. And Chewy, will he get the defuse? Just in time, he does! And Snake's Den getting their first round in dramatic fashion, defusing just in the nick of time there. Obviously, they're going to need quite a bit more than that to get back into this one, but that's a start right there. DJF tagged through the mid-double doors. Swan connecting with that op spam. Continuing to let some time off the clock. They are lurking over by long with the bomb. leading the way up long. Smokes are down at cross. BHOP now making their way up ramp, but Pat laying down the spam through smoke. Still no kills going out. Bombs already being planted, even though no kills have even been exchanged yet. Swan with the savage op kill through the smoke by Elevator. Pat down, and that's going to send a message to Snake's Den here. They got to be careful on this retake attempt. Silas on the peak from cross, kills 2 at opposite elevations there. Swan going to take down Chewy as he advances from Cat platform. Swan on the re-peak there, able to take down Promise as well. BHOP back in the lead by 7, and that has left Snake's Den a bit low on funds again. Swan, perfect peek from Murder Alley, connects on the headshot in mid. His teammates, meanwhile, lurking over towards the B tunnel. The bomb is outside B tunnel. Chewy looking for redemption here at Murder Alley. Swan taking some damage there. Murder Alley, Red on the peek into the B site, able to headshot Promise. He's trying to take care of DJF on platform. Red surviving with just 1 HP there, and Pat does not fully clear the long doors there, and he's gonna pay for it. Chewy, meanwhile, putting down 2 at the B site, but he's the last man standing there at the B double doors. Last man standing for the CT side. Not making their way onto the A site. They already have all the info they need, and this is almost certainly going to be a 9th round for BHOP as Chewy looks to save his rifle over at the B site. Looks like Chewy will successfully save the AK, but yeah, this is going to be a 9th round for BHOP. And Snake's Den running out of time here. Overall, they really need to get at least 2 more rounds here before the half. Ideally, excuse me, I'm a little under the weather. Ideally, at least 4 rounds before the half. Ideally for them and Snake's Den fans, that is. If you're BHOP or a BHOP fan here, you're really enjoying what you're seeing, and it's Swan with the early pick at long A. So you're continuing to love what you see if you're a BHOP fan here. Swan on the boost here at mid. Eris watching the flank towards long, which is very smart. Pat is pushed up in that long entry room. BHOP was still over a minute to work with here in round 11, but they got to be careful at cap. Promise, he seemed ready for that, but wasn't able to connect on that initial off shot. Does hit Beaky off the re-peak somehow. Close range. Silas going to trade out onto Promise. BHOP with the man advantage, making their way onto the A platform. Pat trying to stop that plant, but he's not going to be able to do so. Tags Silas down at 13 with that molly, but Silas still able to get the C4 planted there for Catwalk. Swan! Nice peek from the plat. Takes down DJF, does not connect on the repeat. And Pat with only 8 HP getting a range kill there towards CT mid. But Swan going to trade him out from sight, and that's going to be a 10th round for BHOP. BHOP can keep this up, I don't think we're going to be seeing a third map tonight. Still a little bit too early to try to call this one. Technically, Snakestand could, in this half with 3 or 4 rounds, win pistol round second half and go on a run from there. But Snakestand, they need a hard rally right here, right now, under pressure. And they're not finding it quite yet. Silent's going to pick Promise there at range, and Big Pat does get redemption by taking down Beaky there at the mid double doors, but Brett able to trade right back by way of AK-47 headshot. BHOP with the man advantage. JF over at long, he's taking some damage. Advancing up onto the A side. BHOP doing some further damage at mid as Eris takes down 2 there at the double doors, and a clean round for BHOP again as they take the A site in mid. That's going to leave Snakestand low on funds again. Looks like they're just going to be on a semi-buy with upgraded pistols. Chewy on a scout. Chewy gets tagged again at mid. Nice shot from Swan. That's going to take Chewy down to 27. Pat going to be head boosted here at the cat stairs. Looking for anything he can there towards mid and lower tunnels. BHOP still spread out throughout the map here, just looking for picks. Nothing too major here in terms of a commit from BHOP. Does take down Reason at the double doors, but gets caught with his utility out. Promise takes advantage, lands the P250 headshot, recovers the AK, and that has brought us to a 4-on-4. 3 out of the 4 remaining BHOP players moving up long A. Eris out in front. Silas has the C4 here at long. Promise is right here on the other side of cross. Contact about to be made, but it's Swan reacting in time, preventing Promise from getting anyone there. But it's Pat on the flank. He's going to land a Deagle headshot. He's not able to find a second kill, at least yet. 2v2 situation here. Swan, he's got to kill Pat on the flank there. I think he might bail him out here in a second. Looks like that's what's going to happen. Swan moving up onto site. He does get the bomb planted. Default. Both CTs going to be moving in from long. They're going to be going up against an op long range here. Pat hugging the wall. He might have a shot at getting a pick here on platform. Spawn. Swan does kill one towards long. Pat gonna headshot Beaky and CT. Spawn 1v1 situation. Pat spamming towards the cubby. He does get that final kill on to Swan, but he's got no time to defuse. He's just gonna save this AWP. A little bit of a heartbreaker there for Snakestand, who really needed that round. Instead, it's gonna be a 12th round going to BHOP Esports. Chewy looking to fend off the early long pushers, but he's not going to be able to do so. Silas going to headshot him. Trey does go out there. A second T getting picked off at long as well, so it's main advantage for Snakestand. Eris looking to get a pick here. Long finds it. Headshots Pat. That does bring this to a 3-on-3. 45 seconds on the clock. Eris going to be leading his team up long further here. Promise going to have to turn his attention towards long. He's still keeping an eye on Cat. He does have backup. DJF stepping through that smoke. Swan reacting in time to take him down with the up. Promise does trade out from side. Eris going to trade right back, and it's only Reason remaining for the CT side over here on CT. Ramp Eris looking to plant the bomb default. And he does know Reason's location now after that molly was tossed by Reason from the elevator area. On the peak from cross, and even though it was a bit of an awkward peak, he still takes down Beaky. He's low on health, and Eris will finish him off without any hesitation there. And we head into the final round of the first half. BHOP leading 13-1, and Snake's Den just has not been able to find their chemistry here throughout Dust2. They've just not been able to get some of those defensive stops and multi-kills like they did on map 1. BHOP really just kind of outplaying them in most facets of the game right now. Eris with a nice pick at long. He's gonna fall back. It's a bit strange to see Snake's Den trailing by this much after seeing them almost come back there on Vertigo. Chewy, the only man taken down so far on the Snake's Den side. Eris leading up long again. Brett with the perfect flank from lower to Xbox. DJF down. Looking to pick up some more AK kills here at the A site. Does kill Reason cross-platform. Bomb has been planted. It's only Pat remaining at Cat. He does kill Brett below the plat ledge. And he's got to go for it. Final round of Pat. Does some further damage towards default, but Silas ultimately taking it down Pat and securing a 14-1 lead for BHOP. Is it possible for Snake's Den to claw their way back into this one? Might be too late here, folks, but we'll see. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Keep this tab open.
We laugh always stuff we try not to talk about. Still your smile keep on heating up the climate, and all the blood to my cheeks are rushing out, yeah, yeah. And by accident, you're getting closer. Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Is it a wild shot of letting you know that you're the topic of all of my thoughts, yeah. 'Cause I'm so sick of this friend zone. Whatever it is, it just feels so real. And your eyes keep on talking in the silence, and all the blood to my cheeks are rushing out, yeah, yeah. And I'm hoping you are getting closer. Well, can you Tell me something, tell me something. Is it a wild shot of letting you know that you're the topic of all of my thoughts, yeah. And
Welcome back, everybody. Snakeston obviously going to need this pistol round if they're going to have a Hail Mary comeback here. Snakeston making their way towards Cat. 4 of them are. Eris killing the lurker at long. Snakeston continuing to push up Cat. Silas stopping the first Cat player. Chewy and DJF do trade back. And Promise is able to headshot Brett as well. This could be a Snakeston pistol round. They have the man advantage. They're planning for Catwalk. Promise gonna kill Swan on the flank. Eris gonna have to win a 1v3. Takes down 2. He's brought this to a 1v1. He's got Chewy low. Chewy with 11 HP. Eris swapping out for a Glock. Reloads it. And it looked like he landed. Yeah, he did land another shot there, but it was for only 10 damage. So that brings Chewy down to 1 HP. This is ridiculous. And Eris, he's just going to send it. Pros don't fake. Gets the defuse. Survives with only 2 HP in the end there. 2 HP versus 1 HP. What a ridiculous end to the round. And that is going to bring us to both map and series point. Two BHOP players pushing up middle. Make that 3 up middle. Promise able to pick the first. DJF getting a pick near long. Snakeston actually making their way on to the B site now. BHOP able to find some picks in middle. The bomb is actually down in mid. Snakeston still has the man advantage as Chewy landed a little headshot there at the long entry doors. Reason able to take care of Eris near the C4 in mid, and it's only DP remaining here for the CTs. He's got the bomb down again there by OG Greenbox. 1v2. Beaky does have full HP. Can he show us something spicy here? Does take down DJF off the repeak from Murder. 1v1 situation, but Beaky only has 18 health. The Reason with 61 HP, making his way back onto the A side with the C4. Actually, he's dropping CT's spawn. So it looks like he might make contact here with Beaky in a moment. He sees Beaky through the doors. Beaky tags him down to 36. And that's going to send Reason over into lower B by way of DD. "18 seconds. Reason making his way towards site. Beaky has the audio cue and lands the headshot. It's going to be 16-1 for BHOP here. Excuse me. On Dust2, that's going to close out this series, obviously in very convincing fashion there. Still well played to Snakeston for rallying there in map 1. And these kind of things happen. Sometimes